Hello, everyone, and welcome to the new episode of Fitness Engineered Podcast. I hope you have missed us as we haven't got any new episodes from quite some time now. But this episode is something that you are going to love. Absolutely amazing episode with our guest Ashish today. And Ashish has pulled off an amazing photo shoot prep in the last couple of months, I would say. And that photo shoot started from struggling with IBS, that is irritable bowel syndrome. Then we had a spinal injury in the midway. Then we had a certification that took a lot of time and efforts, and a lot of things happened throughout the journey. But what he pulled off at the end of the transformation is nothing less of phenomenal. Okay, you would absolutely love to hear about his side of the story and his experience and what he did throughout the process to pull this off. And without taking a lot of your time, I would let Ashish introduce himself and let's dive deep into what he did and how we pulled this off. Over to you, Ashish.
Thanks, Vinida, for that amazing introduction. If I would tell something about myself, it would be that I am into coaching business since like 2019, and since last 3 years I've been working as a personal health and fitness coach. And right now I own my own fitness business, and also I do a job. So obviously I work with you for those who don't know. And also I would like to mention here that from being your student from and then working with you and till now it has been an unbelievable journey, but still I remember the first podcast of yours that it was on gastrocolic reflex, and we had a discussion at that time as well that yeah, it was a good podcast. I gave you a feedback. From there to being here on your podcast as a guest, it has been an amazing journey for me as well with you and personally as well. Yeah.
Absolutely. Super thrilled to know about that, you know. In when we meet so many students, as I've been lecturing from quite some time now, so many students, so many podcasts. We just literally have 44 episodes of the podcast now, over 1.5 years since I have recorded the first podcast. And I still remember that there are just a few people who listen to the podcast on a regular basis and then share their feedbacks, reviews, suggestion for improvements if there are any. And you were absolutely one of those. And even when I was lecturing you when you were a student, that was also the time when you were the one who used to ask the most question, were most excited about things. And that just caught my interest. And you have always been focused on to the details and everything, and that's what has brought you today on this episode and made you a member of our squad, coaching squad as well. But apart from that, keeping all of those things aside, the most important question, Ashish, how did you feel after seeing the first picture of your photo shoot? What was that feeling like?
It was an unbelievable feeling, I would say. Quite an emotional moment for me because I'm an emotional person, to be honest. And it was an unbelievable because as a coach, I'm a good coach, right? But you don't have that good physique used to bother me sometimes, right? So, and you don't have an authority if you don't have a good physique. So it was an unbelievable moment, and we had a word about that, right? My friend bought a mithai, right? Kalagand, he bought it for me, and that was like I had literally forgotten the taste of that mithai. So after eating that thing, I was like, okay, everything paid off. 6 months of struggle, injuries. We have gone through injury certifications, lot of hard work, and okay, now it's paying off. It was that kind of feeling, truly.
Fantastic. Very nice to know about that. Very nice to know about that because, you know, I have done two photo shoots so far, and we have coached like almost six people so far for their photo shoot preps. And the feeling that we get after seeing the first photo of the shoot is like, yeah, bus, everything that we did has just literally
Has paid
paid
off.
off. And all of the hard work, all of the sacrifices that we have made, everything just feels like worth it. The only thing that comes into our mind is it was not easy, but it was absolutely worth it. Right or not?
Yeah, exactly. It was not an easy journey, absolutely. But when we see ourselves in the pictures, right? So at that time we realize that yes, you have worked hard. So all the cravings that you control, all the emotions that you go through, and it pays off when you see those photos, obviously.
Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. So, Ashish, just a quick background for everybody who is new to photoshoot, who is new to like understanding what this is about. Could you just tell us what the photoshoot prep actually is, what the transformation journey was about, and why did you decide to do it?
So we started my fitness journey or transformation journey rather around 18th or 20th of December. Okay. So it was going back
18
of the
December 2023, right?
2023. Yeah, 2023.
Correct.
So photo shoot has been in back of my head since that time only, but I wasn't sure about it, right? That you should do it, or obviously you don't feel that confident, right? That will it be means you will be able to do it or not. And I've seen your journey, I've seen your photo shoot prep all along. So it was in back of my head, and then after a month or so, you gave me an idea that hey, Ashish, we are going to do it, and that is going to be a game changer for your business as well, and everything as well. So actually, that became a game changer. I also hit my top of the revenues. So that is one of the good things that happened throughout the photo shoot. And yeah, so it is not different than the normal transformation. Obviously, nutri workout, I would say it is almost similar than to the normal transformation, but in terms of nutrition, yeah, it's nothing similar to what a normal transformation plan is.
That's what. That's what. Superb. Superb. So, two of the most important things here. One is it gives us the authority, At the end of the day,
Exactly,
nothing is
exactly,
more important than the self belief that we have about ourselves. That when we achieve something phenomenal, the self belief, the increase in self belief is like the next level. We feel that we are worth it. We are worth the effort. We are worth investing. Somebody could invest on us,
exactly,
and that feeling is like unbelievable, I would say. Second thing is that when the self-worth increases, self-belief increases, you attract more people start to resonate, you start looking up to you as an inspiration, and that is what leads us to the increase in revenue as well, because it is as simple as that. If you could do it for yourself, people feel that you could help them do it for themselves as well. As simple as that. And when you are in that physique, you have earned the authority of other people to reach
exactly.
out to you and to help them to reach their goals as well. Those are the two of the most important things why everybody, if you are a coach or even if you are not a coach but you are into fitness, you want to do something for yourself, you have like there is no goal in your life, but you want to set some goal, set a photo shoot wala goal. Because when there is a goal that is a little bit of a challenge for us, a goal that excites us a lot, we push harder. We push harder, and once we get that done, we are like on the cloud nine. The
Also, people when
authority, increase
they
in self belief,
yeah.
and those are the most important points. Very good. Nice to know
Yeah.
about that.
Also, when people see us that we have transformed in front of their eyes, it's
Correct.
means they get motivated. And when people appreciate us that, yeah, Ashish, you have pulled this off, right? You went through this and you have pulled this off, then we get motivated from that appreciation, right? So that is one of the things that I have observed throughout this process as well. Yeah, when people appreciate you, we are going to get motivated. Means it's like in last 2 or 3 weeks, I have met 4 or 5 people of my college time that I didn't see those people for like 5 or 6 years now, right? And they are like, Ashish, you have got so lean. Ashish, you have got so ripped because those are the guys who follow us on Insta, right? So they know the
Correct.
whole story of the photo shoot, but they have not met us in person. So that was also a kind of motivation, and it feels nice when someone appreciates you, right? It's a human tendency.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
100%. 100%. So, Ashish, could you just give an insight to all of our listeners who are new to the photo shoot stuff, that how is the photo shoot prep slightly different than a regular transformation? The people who are not looking to do a photo shoot prep, what are the things that they could keep in mind in their own journeys that is slightly different than the photo shoot prep that they should be focused on?
So when we listen to the term photo shoot, or the first thing that comes in our mind that only models can do photo shoot, or if you are a fitness athlete, bodybuilder, right, or you're an actor. So same thing happened with me when I used to tell my friends and family that I'm planning for a photo shoot and I'm prepping for a photo shoot. The first question used to like, कि क्या करेगा भाई तू फोटो शूट करके, right? So people don't understand this thing that we are into fitness business, right? And this is a product for us, I would say, right? So and obviously photo shoot prep is a lot different. So as I said, normal when we go through a normal transformation, the for most of the guys, the objective is हाँ ठीक है पेट flat हो गया, then I want only this thing कि पेट flat हो गया, हल्के से abs visible हो गए, and I want big arms. But photo shoot prep is a lot different, I would say, in terms of more nutrition. So it has been a hell of a journey in terms of nutrition as well, because I was someone who was going through IBS, right? And I was not able to digest any kind of food, and I was working out like hell, eating protein like hell, but no veggies with it, no fiber intake. So that has been a challenge. Has been a challenge for me throughout. But the main difference would, I would say, that you have to get that ripped physique, right? So nutrition is the most biggest challenge, I would say.
Correct, correct, correct. That's what nutrition at the end of the day, everything boils down to the goals. Okay, the general
Exactly.
population, when the goal is not to get in front of the camera, not click their own pictures and everything, they can get away with kind of a decent physique, not that great. But when the goal is photo shoot, decent is not enough. We gotta be
Exactly.
at our level best, the best physique that we could pull off. That is the goal. So we get to certain extremes which may not be healthy in the long run, but for a short period of time, those are the things that we got to do. So one phase beyond what a general population would need. That phase, the last
And
phase, the peak week
yeah.
and the last 6 8 weeks wala phase is what differentiates a general good decent body transformation to a photo shoot prep, where you are at the best that you could look, the best physique that you could pull off. That's
And
that's
it's
the
not
biggest
about
difference.
maintaining calorie deficit. It was about eating nutritious food, eating something same meals every day, right? You can't do lot of experiments with your taste buds, lot of experiments here and there. That You're eating lot of carbs, you're eating lot of fatty food or something oil, not even 2 to 3 tablespoon of oil, right? You're just eating 1 tablespoon of oil throughout the day. That only amounts to 150 calories, right? So it was quite hard journey especially for last 2 months, I would say. And in between, means it was a span of 6 months, and in that 6 months, I went for 3 trips. So yeah, that was also something that pulled me off 2 weeks. Otherwise, we could have finished my photo shoot 2 to 3 weeks prior, I would say. But yeah, it is definitely not similar to what a normal transformation looks like. But I would say that everybody should go through this transformation because it is going to change you mentally, obviously physically, but the mental aspect of it is that too many people don't talk about it, but you become totally a different person about after the photo shoot. That you started respecting food as well. I've started respecting the food, means even a chapati I've started respecting more, and food in general, and you started respecting your physique, that यार I have worked so hard for this, and अगर मैंने ये कुछ खा लिया तो it is going to end up like I'm going to be fat again or something like that. So yeah, that is also a mindset that goes on behind the head all the
Correct,
time.
correct. The value of yourself and the value of food,
Exactly.
both of the things are just like on top. That is very,
Exactly.
very
That would be
important,
a great words if I would have put that. Exactly.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. That's what. That's what. So, Ashish, throughout the journey, just like you told that you started with an IBS, and in between we had injuries, in between we had trips and everything. So, could you give me an insight once again, ki yaar, what were the biggest roadblocks, and how did we carve our way through it?
So I would say कि in Hindi we say, right, सफर में challenges नहीं थे, challenges में सफर था. So this was my journey was in this statement, I would say. But yeah, we started with IBS firstly. So, and then came spine injury, right? After that came animal flow certification, and I attended 2 days of, means 2 long days of animal flow workshop in that spine injury, and a bit of mental stuff, right? That I was not mentally fit for 1 or 2 weeks in between those stuff, obviously because of the injuries part as well, and bit of personal life as well. So when we started the journey, I was going through IBS, right? And that was at peak at that time because, and if you remember, just to tell people, if you remember, I was eating just boiled sprouts. I was eating varan with slight amount of ghee in it. I was not eating chapati for 2 weeks at that time as well because we don't want anything heavy to go in our stomach,
Correct.
right? And I was eating a lot of vegetables and a buttermilk at that time. So we have started our journey like that. For almost 3 weeks, we started the journey that way, and later on we started increasing the protein, I would say, and then started introducing some carbs and all. So that is how from like not able to digest any food till here that I am eating twice the body weight of protein, actually more than that sometimes. But that, and I'm eating everything now, and I'm able to digest every food group, I would say. So that has been a phenomenal journey. And after that came spine injury. So I have slip bulges at verti- four species. So forced lip bulge, muscle pulls, muscle spasm in back. So that has also been a different. So in the 6 month span, 1.5 month, I was dealing with my spine injury. I was not weight training. I was just, but I just slacked off with weight training in that part, yes, because didn't want to risk it, right? So that is the reason we didn't do any weight training in that 1.5 months, but I didn't slack off with the nutrition part. So it wasn't at that time I was 67 kgs. I guess we started with 71, 70 kgs, and at that time I was 67 kgs. But we were able to maintain that physique, right, and maintain those progress. We didn't go down because we were very 100% with the nutrition part. So that was the stuff. And as you say, when you go off track, कितना off track जा रहे हैं, that is also important, right? You shouldn't go, मतलब track चल रहा है and track से बाहर ही हो गए. You shouldn't go that way, right? And after that came animal flow certification. So animal flow certification was a challenge in itself, to be honest, because you are in calorie deficit. You are literally on 1,000 calories, and in that you have to practice for animal flow. And honestly, for me, pushing for weight training is not that difficult, but practicing animal flow on that low calorie budget was a very difficult challenge because you have to understand your body, you have to do flows, you have to practice mobility as well. You have to practice animal flow mobility plus the normal mobilities that you need for animal flow, right? So yeah, this has been a very roller coaster ride for me, but yeah, we pulled it off. And honestly, you have been the witness, and you know how challenging it was.
Absolutely, absolutely. So that is the whole reason why I invited you as a guest on this podcast, Ashish, because majority of people just give up on the slightest, the first moment of discomfort. They would come across
Exactly.
slight discomfort in their life and they would give up on everything, literally. Okay, that is why invited you, because I want everybody to understand that no journey is like a straight linear ride on a slope where everything is just flowing. Every transformation journey comes with its own ups and downs, and there is no journey that does not contain ups and downs that would make you actually proud of yourself. Okay,
Exactly.
if it is worth it, it would not be easy. If it is easy, it would not be worth it. That is what you have started with IBS. I still remember we were not able to digest even simple basic stuff. What we were eating was just
Exactly.
dal rice and curd, dal rice curd and cucumbers, and that was the only thing we were having in that phase. But we recovered it really well, added in some probiotic supplements, and strategized things really well. Slowly we introduced one food and the other food, then the other food, and then slowly today you are able to digest and eat almost everything that you want. Okay, that in itself
Exactly.
is a big pull off. Majority of people don't even get rid of the IBS. That in itself was a big transformation. Then the disc bulge was a big thing. People when they hear the word disc bulge, they are like out of their brains कि यार जिंदगी
Exactly.
अभी खत्म हो गई है ठीक है, that
And
the
that
life
too,
is
it came like in four places, right?
exactly. So Ashish, just help me understand it once again कि यार what did you do during when you understood कि यार there is a problem with your lower back, disc bulge and all of these things. What was the first thing that came to your mind? How was your mindset and how did you get out of that phase? Because I don't think you are facing any problem at the moment with regards to your disc bulge. You are able to do almost all of the lifts and there is no pains at the moment with your disc. So what was the mindset? What was the approach that you took and how did you get rid of it completely?
So as you said, many people who have this bulge, they are like, यार अभी बस खत्म हो गया. I am not able, I won't be able to deadlift. I won't be able to do squats and everything. So what I feel is कि many people have now many people know the studies as well, right? So if it, we took they took 20 guys here, 20 guys here, and majority of them had this bulge, but 50% of those guys never had pain, and 50% of guys had pain. So what I understand is maybe I have disc bulge because, and disc bulge can be genetic as well, right? And my mom has a history of spine injuries I am saying, and so because of that, maybe that came into me. So that can be genetic. And also, second thing, it my back used to pain like few years back, but I never gave that much attention to it. I was like, yeah, ठीक है, हो जाएगा. But when it started bothering me, then I just did an MRI and the reports came. So it was like you no matter you have disc bulge or any other injuries, you can always work out for it. Just it's not just don't push yourself to the limit. यार पेन हो रहा है फिर भी खींचे जा रहे हैं. It doesn't work that way. You should always do workout in the available range of motion what you have, and you should always start strengthening the joints, strengthening the muscle, tendon, whatever specific exercise or specific strengthening that you have for that injury. So I didn't stop training, I would say. Yeah, I was going through the rehab phase for 1.5 months or 2 months mostly, but I never stopped strengthening it. So I was always going for a walk, and even walking used to create pain. But what I did was that I used to walk for 1.5 hour for the whole day, right? So what I did was I just distributed 15 minutes all over the day. So that way I was not getting pain as well, and I was able to get my daily steps, and it helped me to stay active. And when I was in the gym, I used to just strengthen my core and do strengthening exercises, because that was the part that I couldn't leave it, right? Because if I leave the strengthening exercises, the pain used to come back. And now also it's not that pain is bothering me. I am doing deadlifts now. I am lifting heavy weights now, but still I just keep check with the strengthening exercise and mobility protocols that physio has told me to do. And everything workout and nutrition goes along with it. And not that I'm only focusing on nutrition, or I'm only focusing on rest, or I'm only focusing on strengthening. Everything has to go together. So obviously, if everything goes together, then you will recover and heal good like that.
Exactly. That's a very good point. One thing that majority of the people struggle with is not the physical pain, but the psychological pain that comes along
Exactly.
with comes along
Exactly.
with when you see the MRI report. You see, oh, there's a disc bulge. So instead of the physical pain, the psychological pain bothers a lot. If our
Exactly.
body is able to move mountains, it is just the brain that we have to convince. That is the only hard part. And when it comes to
Exactly.
injuries and all of the pains and everything, one of the most important thing is to remember that your movement is medicine. If you stop
Exactly.
moving, you cannot heal yourself. You cannot just sleep and just expect the body to like get recovered. Rehab is basically, in a very good analogy about rehab, is to work along with the pains and work around the pain. Okay, this would not just help you to recover faster, but you would rather feel great about yourself. That you would not lose stability, mobility, you would gain strength, and you would get rid of the injury a lot faster than if you would just take a bed rest and just sit and do nothing about it.
Exactly.
Sitting and doing nothing about it is not going to help in any way. Okay, although there are like grades of injuries, and some grades and some phases of injuries need to like needs a lot of rest initially. But as soon as we are able to move even a little bit, just like the point you mentioned, ki yaar, 1.5 hour of walk should not be done in one go. You could
One go.
divide
Yeah.
that in four distinct blocks, six distinct blocks, and do that. But do whatever you could do, because here something is always better than nothing. And motion is lotion for for our joints, for our connective tissues, for our
Exactly.
body. This is something that majority of people miss out. And then I have heard a lot of people saying that, oh, when I faced an injury or a pain or something back in my 20s, I am in my 40s, I never paid attention to it, but now I am not able to do that activity completely. Now it still pains, it still bothers me, and it's because you haven't healed that thing really well so far.
You
That's the
never
most
worked on
important
it,
part.
actually. So one protocol that I follow with my clients is strengthen, regain, and move. So you start strengthening the weak muscles or the whatever specific to the injury is, regain the movement where you used to, I mean, where there was a pain in the movement, and then move. Move as in just enjoy the regular activity what you
Very nice.
love used to do, but you're not able to do it because of pain. So strengthen, regain, move is the basic protocol that we follow.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Very nice. Like Ashish, just give us a brief how we started, what changed, and what was the most exciting phase for you in terms of your diet.
So there was no exciting phase, I would say, because in terms of nutrition, I was not eating at a maintenance calorie throughout the 6 months. Sorry, only there were 2 days that I ate more than 2,000 calories. I would say that was when I went for Ahmedabad trip. Obviously, it was CSK and GT match. CSK lost. That's a different point. But those were the only 2 days that I ate more than 2,000 calories in the whole 6 months journey. Otherwise, we started eating, obviously because of the IBS, we started eating simple food, and later on we started with carbs, obviously with a restricted amount. We were not having carbs like we used to have before, but later on we started calorie cycling, right? So it's like you're having a good amount of carbs on one day and no carbs on the other day. So that was the thing. And later on, we stopped carbs at all. So the day when I came back from Ahmedabad, it was like 10th of May or something. So from that day till 30th June, like 4 weeks. And for those 4 weeks, I was not eating any carbs. Like that was the thing. And the most important thing, what I learned about nutrition in terms of nutrition was that how protein and distributing equal amount of protein in every meal is important, and how veggies are important. Obviously, I learned that thing from you that every meal should have some amount of fiber and some amount of protein in it. So now also it's not like any of the base diet is clear, right? The 4 meals where you have fruit. That was a new meal for me actually, the breakfast where fruits came in and whey protein came in. So, and the same goes for evening snack. And also my mentality changed about evening snack. But snack doesn't mean you have a tea, you have a fafada jalebi, or you have
Snack
a
doesn't mean
namkeen with
snack,
it.
okay?
Yeah, so my mentality did change uh, in terms of evening snack as well. And the same goes for the lunch and dinner, right? So you have some amount of carbs in it. Now carbs. So I was not eating carbs before the photoshoot prep. So veggies, protein chicken, low fat paneer or egg whites like that. And in carb source, we'll have rice, chapati. Now we can have pasta or noodles, but at that time we were having just chapati or rice. Very simple. It was a simple meals, I would say, and I don't experiment too much with my taste buds, to be honest. So if I am making something with paneer masala, I'll make use that paneer masala throughout the week. So it was like I was just getting cautious that if I experiment too much with my taste bud, I'll start craving for food. So I was just eating the same
Correct.
food over and over. It was kind of boring, but I have told myself that okay, boring is going to work, so you have to do it. And once that is what I've been telling. Okay, the struggle was hard, honestly. It was struggling. The cravings were hard to control, but when you wake up next morning, see yourself in the mirror and see the fruits of those struggle, it was all worth it. All worth it. So I used to send you pics, like I am sending some pics in morning as well, sending some pics in the afternoon as well, because that kept me motivated honestly. And I used to week for our weekly report. So we have like daily habit check report and weekly report, right? So I used to wait for that weekly report. Okay, so this is going to keep support, and we have a word, right? So you'll set a game plan for the next week and how we are going to change the diet and how we are going to change the workout intensity and everything. And the most important point what I felt throughout the journey was how mentality has changed and developed, that even when I was on 800 to 1000 calories per day for like 8 weeks, last 8 weeks before the photo shoot, I was still progressing with the weights, and I was able to pull off 5 kilometers run in that nutrition, that calorie deficit. So not 5 kilometers, it was 7 kilometers, sorry, in 1 hour. So I was still
Super.
progressing with the weight, and that is something that many people tell, right? If you are on calorie deficit, you won't be able to progress with weight training. But we were progressing with the weights as well. So that was a wonderful experience, and also that was something new that I learned about myself, right? Yeah, we can push ourselves if we just decide to.
Awesome, awesome. And when you told about the diet that you were keeping the thing consistent, keeping the things consistent is also very, very important because predictable process gives predictable results. If we have an unpredictable process, if we keep on changing things on a daily basis, on a hourly basis, that every meal looks different, every day looks different and everything, then it becomes very difficult to rather stick to the process, and then inconsistency with the process leads to inconsistency with the results as well. So keeping the meals the same is a superpower. That is a secret that majority of people are afraid of
Exactly.
telling it to others, because then the clients get afraid ki, "Yaar, oh, I cannot eat the same foods on a daily basis." But you don't have to eat the same foods that you don't like. You can cook the foods that you like. And I absolutely don't think that you were eating the foods you hate.
No, absolutely not. So I love chicken. I ate chicken daily almost. So
Awesome. So, Ashish, we have understood all about the struggle, how the journey has been, and everything that you have did so far. I would just like to know what was the best part about the entire journey that you thought was like the best thing about the process.
the best part about the process was that I learned a lot about myself. First thing, lot about nutrition, workout, and how should you change your lifestyle in terms of that you want to maintain that physique for a lifetime, right? And it's not a 3 months goal or a 6 months goal for the photo shoot, but you should look good throughout the life. So that was the most important point that I learned throughout the photo shoot journey. Also, my personal business got improved as I said, and that I have been through the process. When you go through the process, you also have an authority, right? That when clients come to you, clients see you that, yeah, this guy has done it. So we have that authority. You can say that, okay. And it's not like कि हाँ मैं सिर्फ बोल रहा हूँ, राइट? अगर क्लाइंट मुझे बोल रहा है कि हाँ यार मुझे क्रेविंग्स हो रहे हैं, या फिर मुझे ये खाने की इच्छा हो रही है, मुझे पानी पूरी खाने की इच्छा हो रही है, तो आई नो दैट स्टफ कि हाउ डिफिकल्ट इट इज टू रेजिस्ट द क्रेविंग, right? That was the most important point that I learned. And also understanding the process, going through it, changed my perspective as well. That, okay, this is how difficult it is, and process होने के बाद इतना अच्छा लगेगा. So that is how also I motivate clients nowadays, that it is just 3 months process, and after that you're going to enjoy the fruit for like lifetime, that way.
Correct. Very nice, very nice. And as a coach, we develop that empathy as well for our members, for our
Exactly.
clients, because we have gone through the struggle. We know that it is not difficult. We know that the client also has 10 different things going on in his life, and this phase would not be difficult, but we also know how it feels once we cross the difficult part. Okay. Yesterday only
Exactly.
I had posted it in the stories कि यार, you could enjoy the easy part once you get the results only if you go through the difficult phase. Only if you go and cover the difficult part. Only then we get to enjoy the easy part. But the easy part is there. We don't realize about the easy part when we are in the difficult phase, but as we have completed the process, we know that there is always a happy ending, there is always light at the end of the tunnel, although we are not able to see it at the moment, but there always is light at the end of the tunnel. So that is why I would recommend all of the coaches, everybody, to like go through a photo shoot prep. Even if you are not a coach, not a fitness, not into like earning from fitness and all of these things, still doing a photo shoot will help you to learn a lot about yourself, help you to realize that how cool your body could look and how solid you could feel once you have just gone through it. That is like very, very amazing part.
That is the moment that you're going to cherish for the lifetime. And in my case, I was planning a photo shoot before 1 week prior to my birthday, and we pushed 1 or 2 weeks more. And I would say that this year I turned 26, and this was the best gift that I could give to myself, being in the fitness field. So the best physique was the best gift that I gave to myself, and that took only 6 months. So whole 26 years of journey, and it took only 6 months to build the physique, right? So it was totally worth it, I would say. And the best part, also one of the best part was that I used to totally focus on my legs workout. Yeah, I love big quads. I love squatting heavy. And if people will see my before after pictures now on our Instagram, your handle, my handle, but my upper body was so chubby. It had love handles. So, and my back was not in a good shape. I had strength though. I was working out, so obviously I had strength, but I was not in a good shape. So, and my upper body has changed so drastically. Sometimes I just stand in front of the mirror and I just observe it. Okay, this is what we have gained throughout the process, and that is something important as well because that will keep you motivated. As obviously, motivation doesn't it is not going to stay for long, but that is the feel that you have earned this, right?
Correct.
So yeah, that is a good feeling totally.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Really, really glad to hear that. And just like I always say that the real transformation isn't about the results you get at the end of the process. It is about the person you become throughout the journey. That's the real essence of our transformation, and that's the goal. And you definitely have become a completely different person. I could see that from the way you are answering, from the way you are saying things, and all of the stuff. So, Ashish, what were your top 3 to 5 learnings about from the entire journey that you think would like were like game changer for you? Top 3 to 5 learnings.
So in terms of learning, as I said, the nutrition part was the one of the most different thing that what I did because before that I have transformed myself before, right? But that was back in 2017. Means the last time I had abs, and I remember that was in 2017 when I was a college kid. Obviously, that time you play sports a lot and you are busy with the tuitions, classes, etc., etc. So you tend to, even if you're having some extra calories, that doesn't bother you because your activity level is that high. So the nutrition part was something that I learned a lot about it, and obviously that is helping me, and I am able to help other people as well in terms of nutrition. Habits is something like habits like going for a walk post dinner, that staying active, just going for a walk after lunch as well, after breakfast as well, and just habits in total, right? That and someone help be some if someone helps you to be accountable, that is something is the most important part, that coaches also need coaches, right? So healthy lifestyle is something I would say, and the experience and struggle in total, that if the process wasn't hard, I wouldn't have respect the struggle. Point is that अगर process पूरा flawless होता, so I don't think I would have respected this physique that much.
Very nice point, very nice point. That's what if there, it's like a movie. If there are like no struggles for the hero and the hero just gets the heroine at the at the end of the movie, then nobody would watch that. But if there are
Exactly.
a lot of struggle, if he has to kill the villain, if he has to go through the entire process, a lot of struggle, he has to rebuild himself, and a lot of things, only then the movie becomes something that is worth watching. Do not expect
Exactly.
a journey to be without struggles. If you are expecting a journey without struggles, then don't expect results that you would be happy, proud, and satisfied about. That
Exactly.
is what.
In Marathi, we
Very
have
good.
a saying, right? केल्याने होतं केल्याची पाहिजे. Means you can do it, you should have a mentality to do it. And your character is going, means it's like when you're not in mood, when you don't have an energy, and you don't feel like going for a workout, and still you do it, at that time it shows your true character, right? So that is the most important thing that I learned. And you should understand the process that will help you a lot in pushing, obviously. And you just, you should do it. Finally, that is what I would say. Get a coach and just get started. Obviously, you
Super.
being a coach helped me a lot. So yeah.
That's what. That's what. That's what. Ashish, last question, and let's wrap this podcast. About this question is for all of our listeners who are listening and who have waited till this moment, who are watching till the end. What would be your top three suggestions for everybody watching this and thinking about building a physique just like yours?
So understanding the process, as I said, right? So why you have to eat nutritious food, why you have to work out on daily basis, why the habits are important. That is the first thing that I would like to suggest,
So
because
knowing your
that will give
why
you a
do you
mental.
want to do this in the first place?
Yes, why, knowing your why, exactly, rightly said. So knowing why you should do this first. And second thing, I would say you should hire a coach, to be honest, because as a coach, we have tried. I am a coach, right? So I have tried doing this thing like 3 to 4 times in my journey throughout. But every time, what happens is if you slack off a bit, you just go off track and you never turn around and start it from there, right? So you just go off track and you just leave it then and there. So what happens when you're getting coached by someone, the coach helps you to be more accountable, and you have someone that you have to answer, right? At the end of the day, and weekly reports are there. So that thing will help you to help you to push for the workout and in terms of nutrition as well. And obviously, you don't have to run your brains. You have other things to focus, right? So that coach is going to help you with the nutrition and workout plan. You just have to follow it. Point is that. So
Correct.
that are two suggestions, obviously. And third will be enjoy the process. Obviously, easier said than done, but you have to enjoy the process, because after the process, what fruit you're going to get is going to be worthwhile.
Very nice, very nice, very nice. Three suggestions. Everybody, these are like the best suggestions that somebody could give to someone who is trying to build their physique, transform their body, and everything. First is to start with the why you actually want to get this done. Why is the most important question that you need to answer. Once your why is clear, you would figure out the how. Means why I want to transform. If this is clear, then how you want to transform the thing would be not be a big of a problem. Second thing
Exactly.
is get a coach. When you get a coach, the accountability is on point. You are not missing out on the loopholes, because there are some things that we cannot look for ourselves. Okay, the mistakes that we make, the loopholes that we have, sometimes we just need a different perspective, and it is always better to have an expert doing the thing that he is best at. And let's be a beginner, let's be a student, and just follow the thing. The thinking
Exactly.
aspect wala part just goes away, because there is a real phenomenon called as cognitive fatigue. We cannot
Yeah.
make many good decisions every single day. Okay, so we just delegate the good decisions when it comes to our physique, and we just have to implement. That simplifies the journey a lot. Not just you, even I have had a coach in my transformation journey, I have had a coach in my business journey, and whenever I have had a coach, the results have always been exponentially better. than when the phases that I did not had a coach. So I always intend to like have somebody as a coach, somebody as a mentor for me as well, so that I just keep on pushing my potential and keep on playing at the best of my game. That's what. And the last but
Exactly.
not the least point that you mentioned was enjoy the journey. Enjoy the journey. That is what, because at the end of the process, journey is the goal. A person who just loves the journey would walk farther than a person who just loves the end goal. And the person who loves the journey would get a lot better results than the person who just loves the outcomes. As simple as that. Very nicely summed up, Ashish. Anything else that you would like
Exactly.
our listeners to like go away with, walk away with from this podcast, and everything that you have learned, everything that you have achieved, anything? Last point.
No, we have covered pretty much everything. I would just like to add that it's means I know you from like 2 years now, but it has been very amazing experience, and I have kept learning from you since day one when we met at the certification, whether in the institute, and you only took my final exams. So at that time, since we know each other very good from that time as well, but it has been a very good experience working with you, and अगर आप नहीं होते तो this photoshoot prep would have been very, 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 very difficult for me. But just because you were there, you were keep pushing me, you were keep helping with helping me with everything what could be possible. So thank you for that. And if you were not there, this wouldn't have been possible. Yeah,
Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for those kind words, Ashish. And it was an amazing journey. Indeed, it was an amazing one. The work ethics that you had, the discipline that you had was like phenomenal. It is not possible to get such amazing results without having the work ethics, without having the consistency and the discipline wala part. Okay, so that has to be there in the first place. Then the right process has to be there that leads to results. That's
exactly.
it. There is nothing complicated here. You need the right process, you need the right execution, and the results are there. That's what. Very nice to like know about your side of things, your experience, and I hope it helps everybody who has listened this podcast till the
Exactly.
end. And if you want to stay connected with both of us, I am on Instagram as fitness engineer underscore Vinay, and Ashish is at Coach Ashish. What's your profile,
Mr.
Ashish, on Instagram?
Mr. Dot Coach Ashish.
Awesome, awesome. So stay connected with both of us for more of such amazing content and what goes on in our day-to-day life, how we manage our dieting and everything, and a lot of amazing stuff on our Instagram as well on a day-to-day basis. So that's what. Stay connected, and I'll bring you one more amazing guest in the next week. So stay tuned for that, and I hope it helped you. See you in the next one. Bye.